I wouldn't describe the first holiday episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage as a happy occasion. Georgie's attempt to persuade his mother and sister to join him for Thanksgiving meal despite their reluctance to do so took up the majority of the episode, which further demonstrated the influence George S.R.'s passing had on the program. Sheldon did not attend as we had anticipated based on the teaser, but the executive producer recently stated that it was taken into consideration. In an interview with TV9, co-creator Steve Holland discussed the episode and gave an explanation for why Ian Armitage wasn't revived, even though the vacation was the ideal time to do so. Although the character's return on the first Thanksgiving since his father's passing would have made sense, Holland pointed out that it didn't fit the plot they were attempting to tell. Should Sheldon be a part of this was one of the questions that came up while we were discussing the episode. You could bring him back in some situations, but as we were ending the episode, it seemed like it would really make the tale worse. The death of a patriarch or matriarch frequently causes the family to fall apart, and this is what is occurring in this case. Even though it would have been great to see him, it seemed that Mary would always celebrate Thanksgiving and the family would always get together if Sheldon were returning from California. So it made Sheldon sense for him to not return, and it made sense for the narrative we were attempting to convey. Mary gives in to Sheldon's demands and fusses over him more than she does over her other two kids, as young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory demonstrated during their runs. Even if she didn't want to, Mary would have most likely prepared dinner if he had been visiting for the occasion. Sheldon's visit wouldn't work because the main focus of this episode was Mary's sadness and her refusal to enjoy Thanksgiving because of George's passing. I support this choice mostly because it gave us a better glimpse of the Cooper household without Georgie, Sheldon, and George present. Missy's disobedient behavior, particularly when she only consented to go to Thanksgiving provided Mandy took her to get a tattoo, further demonstrates why she merits her own spin-off. It was a joke when she carried out the deal, but I could see that coming back to haunt Mandy in a later episode. Mary eventually gave in and joined the McAllisters for Thanksgiving, but she departed after listening to Audrey and Jim argue about Jim's drinking. Georgie followed her, only to find out that she had fled because it brought back memories of a Thanksgiving quarrel she had had with George S.R., which caused her to lose it. Despite Missy's opinion that it was a little unsettling, Mary, Georgie, and Missy decided to have dessert at George S.R.'s grave as the episode came to a close. I wouldn't expect Sheldon Cooper to stay away forever, even though many in the Georgie and Mandy's first marriage camp have talked about the benefits of not writing for him. Christmas is almost approaching, and if the program recognizes it too, I believe it represents another chance for him to appear. But perhaps I shouldn't have expected him after all, since we know from The Big Bang Theory that Georgie and Sheldon weren't particularly close following the death of their father.